Have you ever wondered how you can cop a PS5? Because right now, consoles are really hard to get, resale price is going crazy, and the scalpers are taking over. Now, I may be one of them, but I'm also here trying to help you. So, if you're looking to get a console to use, to get someone for a Christmas gift, or to even sell yourself, because at the end of the day, you've got to do what you've got to do to make a little bit of money. I'm all for it. Whatever you need. At the end of the day, if you're watching this video, you are looking probably for some sort of PS5, some sort of collectible. And today, I'm going to show you the ultimate bot that will help you get that, and it is called Carnage. Now, Carnage has actually evolved. I've done an old video on it, which will be in one of the corners, where it used to be a collectibles only bot. However, now it's expanded also into sneakers. This is the perfect bot if you need to get PS5, Xbox, if you want to get a few other pairs also on the side. It won't hit you hundreds of pairs, but it will get you what you need to. But also, if you are looking to get PS5s, this can cook for you. Specifically, sites like Argos, it can literally take stock on, so you don't need to worry ever again. And let's get actually into the bot and how to use it. So, this is what it looks like when you first open it up. And they've got this very simple GUI with the black background, the grey kind of foreground and colours coming at you, and honestly, it looks alright. You do have your start all and stop all buttons, and you also have a capture solver here as well, which looks very nice. You've got simple graphics with this simple font. It all works well. You can also log into your Gmail accounts, whatever. Sites that support captures, you will need this. Mainly sneaker sites, though, they don't really do this for the collectible sites. Now, as you can see right now, I have a huge task list with loads and loads of sites. As you can see, loads of different ones. And it all looks a little bit hectic. However, if I go to task groups, it all starts to clear itself out, and it all starts to make a little bit more sense. And this is what I'm loving about the new Carnage update. Yes, this is a new update if you didn't know, because I didn't actually see it all over Twitter. I was a little bit confused. Let's get into critiquing it a little bit. Okay, this video is going to move a little bit fast, but there's loads to talk about. So, the first things first that I see with this bot that did frustrate me a little bit is you can't edit the tasks. There's no edit button or anything at all. You can either start, stop, or delete, or duplicate by clicking this button here. It's not a huge problem. It's not a big deal. Design-wise, it looks beautiful. You've got a little clock down here, and it just looks good. But I actually never use this screen. I didn't use it once. I'm only using it here. You can start or stop all. You won't use it. Honestly, this is the screen you'll be using, and this is when everything will start to make sense. So what they've done is they've implemented task groups into kind of console drops, which is literally perfect because it's very important. Because on one of these PS5 drops, there'll be a PS5 kind of day when loads of stuff will be releasing, and it'll be like 10 plus sites. It's actually quite a lot, or maybe not 10 plus, let's say 5 to 10, and you need to be ready. As you can see here, I have Curry's, Game, John Lewis, Argos Collection, which is honestly the biggest cook, and then we have Scan, and then a few other scans, and even a German site here called Saturn. The reason why I love this so much is you could have monitor tasks, so you can schedule them, you can set the delays for your monitor tasks, and you can set the link, the retry for your actual tasks, monitor, timeout, very similar to bots like Cyber, you may recognize that. But yet, you have the monitor task, you press save, and then you can just run it. So if I click this, you can see it started the tasks. But if I press start all, started one, but the rest are waiting for monitor. So, if for Xbox Series X, because that's the PID, that's the product link I'm running on Curry's backend, if it restocks, I'll pick it up. And as you can see, this is my kind of one monitor task running on these delays here. It will start the rest of them, and then they'll run on these delays. It's super simple, however, super effective and perfect for drops like Curry's backend, because you never know when they drop. Leave this running 24/7, can run it on a server, can run it on your computer, leave it and you are literally good to go. Now, one thing I do have to say about the Carnage Discord is it isn't very good for notifying you when drops are on. You kind of always need to have a good cook group available, so that's something you do need to consider if you want to properly get into console reselling. And honestly, Carnage I've had no problems using. I've managed to buy myself, I think, 4 PS5s with it, but that's simply because I run out of money when buying. PS5s have a high retail, so you do need to bear that in mind. Now, another one of my favorite features I've had to move it out for is you can actually see it has a mini CLI window in, and I think this is one of the coolest things ever. I haven't seen this in a bot actually before, but I think it's so sick. You can see your task 1, and then it just shows you the CLI, which is perfect because when you're running loads of tasks, it makes it so much simpler for you. And I think it makes a big difference. If you want to add tasks, you simply press the add task button, comes out, and it comes out with a nice animation. If you see that, boom, nice swiping effect. You've got the store, which you actually select when you create the product group. You can select your profile, so let's say I was running my main account. You can then normal, you can select payment mode, so PayPal or credit card, but PayPal I believe is the only one that works on Curry's backend. Followed by our proxies. All proxy discounts will be in the description, by the way. If you need any proxies, go check them out. you can go ahead and press create, and it will just create more tasks like that. As you can see, they're going up there. To create more tasks, you can rename, copy, send logs, so if you have any errors with support, they can help you out there. You can also import and export these groups, so let's say you want to back up, anything like that, or someone can even, if someone's hitting loads, they can even send you their whole setup. So if you press create, this is the whole site list. You have sites like 𝙎𝙋𝙊𝙍𝙎 and Aldi, which really are aimed at those retail botters. Aldi has had some great flips recently. Also sites like John Lewis, but they've also done alright on 𝙎𝙋𝙊𝙍𝙎, and historically they've also done well on Allab, Here Store, sites like that. But they literally have everything from Louis Vuitton to Scan. But there's literally every single site here, and I think most of them are working. I haven't, you know, there hasn't been a drop where I've gone to use a site and it hasn't worked. But there's some here that kind of are irrelevant, honestly. Chaos Cards, Board Games, Zatu. I haven't heard of those and I haven't ran them. Maybe for you, if you know those sites and like DraftKings and you want to run them, I don't know if they work because honestly I haven't used them and I don't think you will. But this is just the way the bot works. I think it's really intuitive because if you need to start any, as you can see, I don't have monitor tasks here. So I've pressed start all and it's running on these delays, so I can change these. There you go, 4,000. It is a little bit laggy. We are running 54 tasks, which is quite a lot. I don't think it handles too well. So running a server might be good, but we're actually going to go and stop all of these. Game normally runs as a queue system as well, so that could explain why. Probably better to run less tasks on there. What I've done here is I've set these up as pre-made groups, because in case there's a drop at any time, I've got these ready. The PID, SKU, everything set up. I can just connect to my computer, press start all, and instantly start checking out. And that's one of the reasons why I love this bot so much, and why I'm loving these task group features, because instead of having to press start all or individually clicking them, I've got it all here, select what I want, Xbox, John Lewis, start all, simple. And here we go, we have Argos and Argos Collection, as you can see. The Argos, I didn't actually have any success with Argos on its own, Argos Online, but I did have a really good success with Argos Collection. Always check your Argos Collection for PS5s, go in store, check on the app, because they do pop up sometimes, and it can be a really, really easy way to get 1, 2, even more. But you do need to bear in mind how you're going to collect them, work out the logistics of that first, because it's also really important. You don't want to buy too many, not be able to pick them up, have a bit of an awkward encounter with Argos staff. I know they did actually chat a little bit of shit about me when I was picking mine up. I could kind of hear them in the corner. But, you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, you got to make the money. And also, I was helping the boys at my school secure a few PS5. So, call me a dirty scalper. But those in need, I do always help. If you need a console and, you know, F&F, I do always give them a helping hand. So, don't hate me too much. That's all I can say. Scan works really well on these sites. Now, you don't really want to run a 3090 because it picks up some wrong product. But the 3060 Ti is always a really good product. Super high ROI, super high profit margin, and it works really well. Now, moving on completely from task groups, we have the profiles page. And again, it's really, really simple. And as you can see, I've got all the profiles here. You can create them. You can do some random profiles, which is also quite cool. There you go, fully random. You can also import and export. Proxies, this is where you paste in your proxies. Now, moving on to accounts. Some websites do need accounts, but they are not always necessary. LDLC, I know that one does require account. Naked normally requires account. I haven't heard of Otto and I haven't heard of Tops either, but they're here. Now, frustratingly, it doesn't have an account generator within it, so they probably have some solution for that, or it might come down to you having to just manually create them, but it shouldn't take that long. But honestly, Carnage, I would put an account creator in. Normally, I do advise, if you're going to have a site that needs accounts and the bot needs accounts, put in an account generator. Seems intuitive, seems smart. Carnage, I think you missed a trick there, but you can also import and export TXTs there. Moving into the settings, as you can see, I have my key. I did get more than 3. This is actually wrong. I have made a decent amount of profit off my PS5s, and coming up to Christmas, I think these are going to go crazy. You've also got your cat monster 2 capture key. Also supports AYCD, which you love to see as always. Moving over here, you have your configuration, so you can have your success sound, which I think is honestly decent. Your failure sound, which, you know, you never want to hear. Public webhook, this is really good. So some groups can post secret kind of links, especially on Aldi. I know there's a few that will find some really good low-key flips and maybe a drop, but they say disable public webhook. This is where you do it, and this basically means within the Carnage Discord, they have a public webhook, so you can see whatever anyone using the bot is checking out. And this is great to help each other, because there's a restock, you know, someone can know. But some people don't want to know what you're buying. Public webhook, turn it off, no one can see, keeps it private. So you should buy this bot if you've got in a good cook group that's really monitoring PS5s. And honestly, if you just want a one-off PS5, this probably isn't the bot for you, but doesn't mean you shouldn't start to get into it. There's a brilliant world within this whole scalping that isn't all negative. There's big positive sides to it. You can help your friends get PS5s and those who need them, especially for Christmas. I've helped out a few of my mates, which I think is always good. You can make a little bit of extra money, and there's a chip shortage happening. You might as well try and monopolize on it. This is the best bot. Also, I love the fact that it started to integrate sneakers. It can really help you make an extra bit of side income, but you do need to consider the high retails. It's an expensive game to get into, especially if there's a big restock. You can really start to lose out if PS5 prices dip. Margins are really good at the moment though, and I'm selling these on eBay all day. So that's what I think. If you guys have any other opinions, let me know in the comments below.